A famous philosopher once said, "Don't hate the player, hate the game." And the hotel industry has not listened to this philosopher, as they definitely hate the player. What's good, all my trader and investor homies? It's your boy Kevin from Touchdown Trades, your trading BFF, your stock market bestie. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down the AirBNB IPO and AirBNB stock as a whole. We're going to be talking about the good, why I'm in love with the company. I absolutely love AirBNB from a company standpoint, but we're also going to be talking about why I have yet to buy AirBNB stock and why I will be holding off for a better price. If you're new to the channel, we talk about the hottest stocks in the market every single day, break them down from a business model standpoint and a technical analysis standpoint. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit all the buttons. AirBNB, founded in 2008 by a couple of hippies in San Francisco who wanted to turn their townhouse into a bed and breakfast. Fast forward a couple of years, they have turned that idea into a $60 billion plus business model. Okay, these guys started this company from nothing. They were sleeping on air mattresses, and they got a crowdfunding of $600,000, and they turned that money into a multi-billion-dollar corporation. That is the definition of disruptive and intuitive tech, and that's what we look for here at Touchdown Trades. I am in love with this company. I'm in love with the business model. We'll talk more about that, but I think there is some benefits on waiting to buy AirBNB stock. So that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. You're going to want to stay tuned, and you're going to want to hit all the buttons. Also, check out Webull. Link in the description. If you use my link, deposit $100 or more with Webull, you will get 4 free stocks, basically free money. Check them out, valued up to $1,600. Check out that link after the video. All right, let's break down this AirBNB stock, one of the best growth stocks out there right now. Let's get it. All right. Let's talk about AirBNB stock. We're going to break down this video into 2 sections. Section number 1, why I love AirBNB as a company and as an investment long term. Section number 2, why I'm waiting to buy the stock and I think I can get it at a better price. I'm almost 99% sure that I can buy AirBNB at an at least 20% discounted price in the next few months. Let's break it down. So AirBNB IPO'd yesterday. First day of trading for AirBNB. Expectations were that this stock was going to open up in the $60, $70, $80 range. Well, we opened up over $140 a share, rocketed it up to $165, and we since pulled back down and currently are trading at about $150. It was an absolutely wild ride yesterday for this first day of trading for AirBNB stock. First, let's talk about what I love about AirBNB. So AirBNB is about as disruptive of a company as they get, right? They came into the travel, the tourism, the hotel industry and absolutely changed the game. The website is absolutely streamlined. It's a beautiful design, and they've made it so every single person who owns a vacation home is now basically a real estate investor, right? If you want to buy a vacation home in the mountains and the beach, you can turn that into an investment property and probably get your mortgage paid for just by listing it on AirBNB. This is shown by the growth stats, right? AirBNB is growing at an exponential pace, a hyperspeed pace. Look at the bookings for AirBNB. 2015, they had 25 million bookings, right? By 2019, that number had almost 10x almost by 100, and we're at 187 million bookings. Look at listings. AirBNB's business model depends on listings, right? Its main selling point, the only way Airbnb can make money is if people are listing their properties on the platform. 2012, Airbnb had less than 500,000 listings. By 2019, we have 7 million listings. So the listings are growing exponentially. They're adding listings every single day. Users, 2012, We only have 6 million users. By 2018, 150 million people using the Airbnb platform. Revenue, the biggest number for a growth stock that I look at is revenue. You guys know I am a big proponent in growth stocks and looking at the price to sales numbers and revenue. We have huge growth as well. 2014, we have $423 million of revenue. By 2019, we have almost $5 billion in revenue. Okay, so the numbers don't lie. Airbnb is a company that is growing fast as they come. We're doubling revenue from 2017 to 2019, and those numbers are going to continue to grow. The Airbnb user base is extremely young, which is good, right? Because people who are young are going to be around for a long time, and they're going to be using the platform forever probably, right? Unless they have a really bad experience, these young customers are going to continue using Airbnb. Their average customer base is under the age of 45 years old. People who are younger aren't really traveling as much as the elderly. So these people, as they gain income, they're going to start traveling more and more and using platforms like Airbnb more and more. Another great aspect about this company is the balance sheet. We have total assets as of September 2020 of over $7 billion with liabilities of under $7 billion. So their assets outweigh their liabilities, which is always great to see, especially in a growth stock. That is very, very rare in the growth stock industry to see a company that has assets outweighing liabilities. This is due in part to the fact that Airbnb is not really a hotel company, right? It's more of a tech stock. And I was watching a Meet Kevin video. This guy has a really cool name. Meet Kevin, another YouTuber with a great name, said that people are investing in Airbnb as a rebound stock in the hotel industry, the travel industry, which has been decimated by the Rhinoceros Rex. Companies like Carnival Cruise Line, Delta, they see Airbnb as a company that is going to recover with the travel industry. And he was saying, wait a second, this is a company that is more aligned with the tech stocks versus the travel stocks. And I agree with him. Airbnb is not in the travel industry. They are in the tech industry. This is a tech stock. Companies like Delta and Carnival Cruise Lines have tons of debt. Delta has airplanes sitting on the tarmac that aren't being used because business travel has been slashed due to the Rhinoceros Rex. Carnival Cruise Lines, which I think is not a bad investment. I kind of like it because if they can survive and avoid bankruptcy, it is just too cheap. But that's beside the point. The point is they have cruise ships sitting in the bay not being used because nobody's going on cruises right now. And Airbnb doesn't have that problem. They don't own any properties. And even if they do, they own very few. What they have is a platform that people use. And I really like that. We know how much I like software as a service, and that kind of aligns with this business model. All right, now that we've talked about why I like Airbnb stock, let's talk about why I'm holding off from buying right now, and I'm gonna wait for a better opportunity, a better price to get involved with this stock. I was reading this article on Barron's that I'd agreed with wholeheartedly and said from Airbnb to Tesla, it's starting to feel like 1999 all over again, and it may end the same way. And I agree. Basically what they're saying is stocks are just too expensive, flat out too expensive. Everything, especially in the tech sector, growth stocks, they are valued way too high. And I think Airbnb is no exception. Airbnb was expected to go out IPO at an IPO price range of $56 to $60 a share, valued at $28 billion. And we ended up trading about 3 times higher than that. It's just crazy. IPO FOMO is real right now. Fear of missing out, and people are looking for the next best deal, the next best investment, and they hopped on the Airbnb IPO, driving up the price 3 times what it was supposed to come out at. Why are people doing that? Why are investors hopping on the next IPO? Because there's no good deals left out there. Everything is expensive. Every stock is trading high right now. More IPOs have doubled in their debut this year than any year since the tech bubble. History doesn't lie, and history is saying that this is not sustainable. Also, housing prices, right? I think housing prices in the real estate market will play a role in Airbnb's success in getting listings. People who have the money to buy a vacation property and list it on Airbnb are a different type of person. They're obviously somebody that already has a little bit of money, somebody who's a little bit more wealthy than your average middle class household. So the housing market is at all-time highs, which maybe inhibits the amount of people who can buy a property and not gain any income from it, a second property, a vacation property. So if there's a pullback in the housing market, prices are cheaper, maybe people won't have to list their vacation properties on Airbnb. And I don't know that if that's a fact or not. Maybe more people will buy vacation rental properties and list it on Airbnb if the housing market is cheaper. But I feel like if somebody gets a really good deal on a vacation property, maybe they won't need to get that income from listing it on Airbnb and won't even want to bother with it. That's just a thought that I'm having, but I don't know if that's fact or not. And the best part about all of this is I'm almost positive that I'm going to be able to invest in Airbnb at least 15 to 20% discount from its first day IPO price. We'll call it what? 100, and it opened up at $145 a share. So I'm guaranteed I can get it at 120, 115, maybe even $100 a share. Why? Because history doesn't lie and history repeats itself. Look at Facebook IPO. We opened up at $38.23. We eventually dropped by more than 50% down to about $20 a share. Let's look at Twitter IPO, and we're going to compare it to some tech stocks. Twitter IPO'd at $41.65, ended up dropping 26%. What's another? Snapchat. Go back. IPO'd at $27.09, ended up dropping by 80%. Roku IPOs, $27, drops by 27%. Etsy IPO, $27, drops by almost 50%. So all of these stocks that we just talked about, if you bought them at the IPO price, you would have made money, a lot of money, if you just held for the next 15 years. And I think that holds true with Airbnb. I think Airbnb is a great company. It's a great stock to invest in, but I'm just personally going to wait because I think I can get it at a 15-20% discount from the price it's trading at. And if you can do that multiple times over your investing career, where you can say, wait a second, I think this stock's a great investment long term, but I think it's a little bit pricey, it's a little bit extended, and you can wait for a 20% pullback, you can multiply your account, your portfolio, and grow it faster than you could if you just bought up at the highs. You can turn that, maybe the difference of making $3-4 million in your investment career over the life of your portfolio and making $10 million in your investment career. And I know that sounds crazy, but if you're invested in the stock market for 30 years and you have 30 of these Airbnbs that you want to invest in and you save 20% on all of them, that's the difference of literally the difference of millions of dollars. Doesn't matter if you're investing small amounts of money. That adds up over the course of 20-30 years. And that's why I'm going to wait and I'm going to get at least a 15% discount on this Airbnb stock. I know a lot of you guys are probably invested in Airbnb, and I don't have any problem with that. I think if you're buying and holding long term, there's nothing wrong with buying Airbnb right now. We looked at the growth rates. The growth rates are straight up to the moon, right? And that's going to continue in my opinion, especially if they can conquer the business travel sector. It's game over. If they get business travel down, it's absolutely game over. Right now, it's mostly leisure travel. And if they can conquer business travel, hotels are dead. Airbnb is the king. Crown them now. And I think they can. I think they can get some of the business travel, a piece of the business travel pie. I think it's going to take some time. And I think we can get this at a discounted price, and that's why I'm holding off. Hope you guys got something from the video. If you did, like the button. It really helps me out, tells YouTube that these videos do provide value and helps them to promote the channel. Also, hit the notification bell and subscribe, and check out Webull. If you're looking for a new broker, you want to use my link and deposit $100, you will get free money, legit free money for free stocks valued up to $1,600. Check them out. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Until next time, peace.